Well, I tell you this has been like my gratitude is at an all-time high. Just thinking back, January 11th was our last time to play at home, and we're a team that is nationally recognized, and the challenges were slammed right in our face. Considering that being us going 2-1, I'm pretty grateful as a coach. I look at the upsets that are happening. A lot are happening at home. For us to take down both Oklahoma and Vandy on the road, that wasn't a home game for us. Two top five teams just shows, our potential. I did think when we were at Alabama, we lost steam. I saw it. We were a team in the second quarter that held them to 7 points, and we just couldn't sustain it. And there's no excuse, but, that's just our reality. A lot of people talk about how we were on the road for 8 days. We weren't just on the road for 8 days. You guys know this. We had power. We didn't have power for the first 4, so we were displaced for 12 days. And so to sum it up, told my team how proud I was of them, and we'll be able to make that type of loss. I mean, it was a ranked team, so it didn't hurt us as much. But this is a team that really wants to try to host. So, these next 7 games are going to be important to us.
How aware are your players of the opportunity to be the first team ever at Ole Miss to host a regional?
They know. They know how important it is, more now probably than before. It was one of the goals they had in the beginning of the season, but now they kind of see how real it is, because I'm sure they're watching bracketology and they're seeing what we've done. And so, and Cody, her whole career, she's hosted. So she came in with that notion from the jump. And so I think they're excited about it.
With her and then having Christine and then Sierra, who was in that hunt last year
Yeah.
with this team, does that help to have 3 minds that kind
Yeah.
of know this is what we need to do to get this done?
It's new. So we that's where the coaches come in, This is where it's like really great to have, Coach Q, who's coaching the championship game, Cody, who has recently come off of hosting, and everybody just really talking to them about, how important it is to take one game at a time and to put ourselves in the best position possible with the remaining games that we have.
I think I know what your answer is going to be, but when you took this job 8-9 years ago, did you ever imagine, you bring up that the program's nationally recognized now, did you ever imagine that, you get to this point with all those NCAA tournaments and Sweet 16?
Absolutely. I mean, that was the goal, I just knew it would be a crock pot style. Now, basketball, what it was, the landscape was 8 years ago, is not the same as now. And so that has allowed me to be able to navigate and get through this. But it didn't change quick enough for me, so I still had to do it the old school way by having the losses that we've had. But we're definitely a program now that people respect. I can't, like I told you all before, I can't use that anymore. They don't respect us. No, they respect us. The media does. I know I got a lot of attention when I was pretty hard on the AP, some of the AP voters, but they listened, and I think it kind of woke some people up to be what we need them to be, and they allowed us to. They rewarded us, I thought, fairly after what we did.
I think you're a household name in women's basketball now, and do you ever think back to that season when y'all went 0-16 in the SEC? I mean, the program was broken when you took it over.
Yeah. No, I don't think about it at all, honestly, just because I try to stay present, Like, I can't get past Arkansas. That's all I've been thinking about since we got back. But I am grateful, and it does fuel me to never want to experience that again.
Talking to Tasha, she said she feels now it's a comfort level in your defensive system,
Yeah.
how she's had these good stretches. Can you see the evolving from November to now of her just getting comfortable?
Yeah, I don't know if we talked before. I remember telling y'all I thought Tasha would really come around in February. It's February. So Come on, Tosh. And I'm saying that, and she's averaging 12 and 5, right? Or even maybe even more. But she is someone that, is really going to be the key to how far we go in postseason play, and even now. Cody's been doing what she does. Sarah's been doing what she does. Christine's been doing what she does. It's Tosh. So we need Tosh to really come on and be what we know her to be on both ends of the floor. And if we do that, we're going to be a tough out.
What can this team take away from that 9-day three-game stretch where it felt like y'all were in the tournament already?
I know. I know that we'll be able to lean on that in the right time, whether it's next week when we play 4 games in 8 days, or SEC tournament or NCAA tournament. I know that. I was laughing the other day because I was thinking out loud, and I said, how bold was I to say, we're not a team that tries to get in the NCAA tournament. We're past that. And then I remember there was one point I was like, I just want to get to the NCAA tournament. But fast forward to now, I really meant that and believed that. And I do think my team, Team 51, is we have not played our best basketball yet, because I think we keep getting interrupted, okay? We beat Vandy. We smacked Georgia. We smacked Mississippi State bye week. Then we get back on the road versus Missouri. Ice storm, and then we go and do 2 games, and now we're pooped because we're still out there. When we can get a consistent flow, whether that's now, whether that's SEC tournament, whether it's the NCAA tournament, I'm just telling you, we're going to be a tough out.
Do you feel like Stephen A. treated you fairly?
Yeah, I thought he was great, and I think he's going to come down. He mentioned looking at his schedule, maybe the LSU game, I'm not sure, but you know how they are. They're going to come when it's a hot ticket, but we got a bunch of hot tickets moving forward. First of all, if you hadn't seen us and you missed us like we did, then tomorrow night is the night. And then after that, you got Tuesday, Thursday, two really good teams with Tennessee and LSU. So, we expect, I've been looking around, y'all, and I just watched Vandy build their program and was able to announce that they had 10,000 one night. It's not just South Carolina anymore. It's not just LSU. That game sold out that they're playing on Saturday. When we went to Oklahoma and beat Oklahoma, there were 9,000 people. That is where it's going, and I know Oxford's going to show up, and we're really looking forward to some home court advantage.
Coach, you mentioned Cody McMahon.
Yeah.
In your own words, she's on all these finalist lists
Yeah.
for awards and everything, and we all see her dominate. How good is Cody McMahon?
Cody is generational. The things that she can do, we were talking about, like, for us now, we have to start thinking about, we don't have the names, but building our program for next year. And we're like, people are like, oh, we got to replace Cody. You can't replace Cody. You just got to be grateful for your time you have with her, and use that to continue to, attract top level players. But she's going to be a lottery pick. I think what makes her different, probably, I've had some really, really good players, is just she's so coachable. I coach her the hardest, and the way she allows me to push her is something unique. And one thing about Cody is she takes practices and games like very seriously, and so it makes it easy for someone like her. But she's generational. The strength that she has, when you look at, I thought Maddie was a pro, but I knew her body wasn't pro ready. I thought Kira was a pro, but I knew her body wasn't pro ready. Like, this kid's body is pro ready, and her skill, and now she's playing the point. She's garnering a lot of attention, and because of it, a lot of my other players are too. So we expect to have a couple players, get drafted this year.
You mentioned getting ready for next year and already thought about it. I haven't got a chance to ask you. Just thoughts on them moving that window to April after the tournament?
For me, we're in the portal, obviously, so it doesn't matter to me because, you know, whenever it is what it is. I think people think like they move the window and that means you only have that time to recruit. That's not the case. That window says that's when you can put your name in. For me, I appreciate that because I would like to know who's going to be there so that we know who we can go after instead of it being milked all the way. Like you can't, before you couldn't have a vacation because someone may pop up in the portal. So now you know who's in there and then you just got to work. And for someone like us, that's what we do anyway. So whether it was when we were still playing or, you know, after when everybody's done, it don't matter to me because we have the reputation to get, you know, high-level transfers, and we're going to continue to do that. Thank you.